Hi, I'm Michael Day, a teacher, nature photographer, and traveler. This video is about cruising, exploring, and photographing the rich rainforests along the Peruvian Amazon River. At the end of the video, there is some information about my blog and how to contact me. If you'd like to see other videos, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hey, thanks for watching.
A year before COVID-19 spread around the world, closing borders and canceling international travel plans for many, Susan and I traveled to Peru, visiting both the Amazon and the Sacred Valley of the Incas. This video focuses on our week-long visit to the Peruvian Amazon aboard the most entertaining and relaxing cruise vessel we've had the good fortune upon which to travel. Over time, Susan and I have cruised a number of major rivers, always enjoying the opportunity to experience a country or area from the water. In Peru, we traveled on board the lovely Aria Amazon. Built in 2010, the Aria, with 16 rooms and a capacity for 32 guests, is a small luxury cruise ship with a fun staff and very knowledgeable guides, many who grew up in villages along the Peruvian Amazon. The Aria Amazon is one of 3 vessels operated by Aqua Expeditions, a company founded in 2007, most recently adding the Aqua Blue, that cruises coastal waters in Indonesia. A few years before our cruise on the Aria Amazon, Susan and I booked our first adventure with Aqua Expeditions to Vietnam and Cambodia on the Mekong River with the Aqua, which is the subject of another YouTube video. We began our Amazon adventure with a short flight from Denver, Colorado to Houston, Texas. From Houston, we had a 6.5-hour direct flight to Lima, Peru's coastal capital city, covering a bit over 3,000 miles. In proportion, Peru is over twice the size of the U.S. state of California, but with 5 million fewer people than California. The current population of Peru is about 32 million, a third living in and around the city of Lima. After spending a few days in Lima, we flew northeast a bit over 600 miles to Iquitos, capital of the Peruvian Amazon. Our flight, which lasted a bit over an hour, took us over snow-capped Andes Mountains, separating the country of Peru east to west, and finally over the rich rainforests of the Amazon, some describe as the very lungs of our planet. Though taking up more than 60% of Peruvian territory, only 5% of Peruvians live along the Amazon, about 1/4 living in and around Iquitos. Current estimated population approaching 500,000 people. Iquitos is a fascinating place, and the only major world city that cannot be reached by road, only reached by plane or water, and once the hub for export of rubber production from the Amazon, with ships departing ports in Brazil, traveling up the Amazon River to Iquitos to trade in goods from rubber trees. By the late 19th century, thousands of Europeans and North Africans were drawn to Iquitos to work in the rubber industry, and much conflict and poor treatment of indigenous peoples followed. Today, with decline in rubber interest from the Amazon, Iquitos exports other products, especially timber, fish, and agricultural crops, and serves as the hub for tourists wishing to visit the Peruvian Amazon rainforest. About 250,000 visitors yearly. One afternoon we toured the city with its stilt houses constructed close to the river, and visited the heartwarming Amazon Rescue Center. What attracted Susan and I to the Peruvian Amazon? Certainly part of our attraction was to travel again with Aqua Expeditions. But we were equally attracted to experiencing both the rainforest and the Amazon River. The Amazon is the largest river by discharge of water in the world, and, depending on criteria, in the running for the longest river in the world, next to the Nile. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the source for the Amazon, stretching west to east some 4,000 miles, is now believed to be a lake and streams that begin in the Peruvian Central Andes. Also located in Peru is the second largest portion of the Amazon rainforest after the Brazilian Amazon. The Amazon rainforest is the largest and most biodiverse tropical rainforest in the world. Rainforests, covering close to 7% of the world's land surface, are home to over half of all animal and plant species on Earth. Part of the reason for our trip to the Peruvian Amazon was to observe a number of animals, especially birds, we've only experienced in visits to zoos. Another attraction was to experience up close the environment that helps produce the very air we breathe. Earlier, I referred to rainforests as the lungs of our planet. Billions of trees reside in the Amazon rainforest, producing 20% of our Earth's oxygen. Yet rainforests are the world's most threatened ecosystems, especially due to heavy logging, opening land for agriculture, and roads for mining and oil extraction. Massive deforestation made worse by the recent forest fires in Brazil. Not surprisingly, tropical rainforests receive lots of rain. Most of our first 2 days on the Amazon were spent waiting for rains to stop. There are 2 seasons on the Amazon, dry and rainy. Dry season lasts from June to October, but it can also rain during the dry season. It rains a lot, up to 200 days and up to 12 feet annually, though temperatures remain rather constant throughout the year, averaging in the low 80s Fahrenheit, with very high humidity. We were advised that May and early June were good times to schedule our trip, so we booked our visit for the 4th through 10th of May. Our hope was the river would be high enough for us to explore its waters, yet dry enough for us to explore its jungles. We were partly successful. The itinerary selected by the Aria crew was to explore primarily the 2 large rivers that flow into the Amazon near the town of Nalta, some 60 miles west of Iquitos. Nalta is located near the confluence of the Marañón and the Ucayali rivers that border the Pacaya-Samaria National Reserve. The reserve, created in 1982, is home to about 100,000 people, many indigenous. Primarily, its aim is to protect the large amount of plants and animals in the region. In area, Pacaya-Samaria National Reserve is triangular shaped and a bit over twice the size of Yellowstone National Park, located in my home state of Wyoming. An aside, Yellowstone stretches about 100 miles north to south and about 60 miles east to west. For the most part, our time was spent exploring the waterways that make up Pacaya-Samaria National Reserve. What follows are but a few highlights from our trip. First, an afternoon jungle walk, where we saw anaconda and tree boa snakes, lizards, poison dart frogs, and pig-toed tarantulas. Next, cruising waterways in pursuit of the elusive pink river dolphin, often settling for the delightful play of gray dolphins, and the always never in a hurry sloth. And cruising waterways to enjoy some special monkeys as well as the seemingly endless variety of birds that spent a bit of their day visiting with us. Then, visiting a local village where we were both entertained by local pets and by local children.
¿Cómo se llama el señor? ¿Y la señorita? ¿Cómo?
Show it if you're happy, then you know it. Stamp your feet.
Evening entertainment by the captivating and talented Aria Band.
Aria Band Entertainment. Show. Dale, bro. Come on. Everybody clap, come on.
During those times when forced inside due to rains, we learned how to make a number of Peruvian dishes from our head chef, including how to make Peruvian ceviche. We also learned how to make an authentic Peruvian pisco sour. Delicious. And we learned creative ways to transform towels and napkins into animals and other fascinating shapes. We also found time to swim and kayak in the Amazon, as well as to fish for piranha. Those caught we both admired and ate during lunch or dinner. This was truly a delightful trip, and an experience we'll enjoy revisiting for years to come. We close with an array of final photos, set to some background sounds from the Aria band. That's our video. If you saw a photo you liked and wished a copy, visit my blog at michael-day.org, where you can also contact me. The blog address may also be a useful site for those who would like to further examine the link between adult education, wonder, curiosity, adventure, and travel. Happy travel.